All right, welcome back to another episode of The Hunger Games. I actually finally got a guest. It took me a whole handful of episodes, but I am thankful to have my longtime friend Jen Davis here.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, we're going to talk about a movie that's been pretty big this year. Jen, what movie are we talking about?
Project Hail Mary.
Project Hail Mary. You even got the Project Hail Mary shirt
Yes,
on,
I do.
which you just showed me before we started recording, which is awesome.
I have two.
So part of the reason I wanted to have Jen on for this movie is Jen has seen this movie more than I have, which is great. How many times have you seen this movie?
4.
4? Okay. That's
I'm gonna
respectable.
see it again.
You will?
Yeah.
You'll go 5?
Because it's awesome in the theater, so I'll just keep seeing it.
Well, that's one of the themes like I keep bringing up on a lot of these episodes is that like I think you and I are both big fans of like theater business and keeping theaters alive. Like I can watch movies at home, but like I can't stand it sometimes. Like I just want to go to a movie and be around people that are like cheering and like loving all the things. The sound and the picture,
sound
yeah,
and the seats and the
all
giant
of it.
screen
And the popcorn, yeah,
and
like
the
all of
wine.
it, right? It's fun, yeah. Like, yeah, they have beer and wine now at movies. Like, I used to go to the Cinemark in Playa, and they have like frozen margaritas.
Oh yeah, they have a whole bar.
I would just go like frozen margarita straight into. I would get like 2 of them. They're like, "Sir, you want two margaritas? Yes, 2 strawberry margaritas."
And ignore the buzzball I have in my purse.
Yeah, don't mind that. I just brought it in. So Project Hail Mary came out, I think, in like March, right?
March 20th.
Okay. And I saw it then, and I've only seen it once, and I haven't seen it since. And I was telling you that I read the plot again on Wikipedia to prepare myself.
Yeah.
But like I went into this movie knowing that it was going to be big, like Ryan Gosling space movie, the directors, like you know it's going to be big, but like you don't know how big, and it's based on a book, right?
A very popular book, and I didn't read it,
Okay.
but it just looked huge from the trailers.
Which
So
is
you
funny
could
because we
tell.
both read and we didn't read the book.
We didn't read that.
But like, and I thought about after I saw the movie, like reading the book, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to do it.
But it's big, so it's going to take some time. So I like to see the movie first and then read the book because a lot of people say the book was way better because the book has more time.
Right.
So if I love it, then I'll go read the book, which I'm going to do.
Right. And at some point maybe I will, but like I was talking to Stu, and he's like, "Well, the book has all this like science stuff." And it's
I
like,
saw it with Stu the first time,
"Oh, okay."
and he read the book and he loved the movie. It's like, well, there you go.
Yeah, he said there was all this like crazy science jargon, I'm sure, about the like particles and like everything else that was going on, and I could imagine that like the movie could have even been longer somehow considering what I heard about the book. But I'm glad it wasn't. That like so I love this movie, but I don't know if I loved it as much as you. Like I'd probably give the movie like an A-.
That's
What
pretty good.
what would you give? Yeah, I know it's good. What would you give it?
How many pluses can I give it? Like
You can give it a
plus,
lot. I
plus,
mean,
plus,
you can
plus,
give it a
plus,
lot
plus,
of pluses. It's your rating. Yeah, it's like it's an
I
A
love
plus.
it.
Okay.
I'm going to watch it a bazillion times
Okay.
until I die. So
I mean, honestly, if we like we're in like early, no, actually, we're basically in like mid-May at this point, right? Like, is it one of the best movies of the year? Absolutely, right?
yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it's hard to tell if they're going to make too many more good movies this year. There's only like 7 months left. Like, what are we going to get? Like one battle after another sequel? Like Sinners 2? We're not getting much. Yeah. So this was a pretty, like, as much as I want to give it like the A- in context, like this was a pretty great
It
movie.
was great. It was so well done.
Super well done. So, do you remember the name of Gosling's character? Grace, is that his name?
Ryland Grace.
Ryland Grace. And it starts off and he's piecing everything back together, right? Like he doesn't remember everything that happened, and they do all these flashbacks.
He wakes up on a ship and he doesn't remember anything at first.
And everybody's
Like
like
even how to speak or how to walk at first.
and
which is
everybody's like
hilarious.
dead, right? Like the crew member.
There's
Yeah.
only 2.
And it's really sad, and like he's kind of piecing this all together.
Yeah.
He doesn't know who he is or like where he came from.
And he's alone.
And he's alone
on the ship.
in space. And I was reading on the plot that it's actually like in 2032, so he's like been traveling for years, which I don't even think they say in
Oh
the
yeah,
movie.
because they say it takes 11 years to
Oh,
get
okay,
to
there
where
we
they're
go.
going.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And the Project Hail Mary of it all, one of the flashbacks, they do the whole like you're not going to live, like you're going to go, you're going to do this, but
there's
like,
only enough gas basically to get there.
yeah, and like so those particles are what power the ship, and they have all those cool flashbacks of like them like blowing shit up and like the scientist. Some of those scenes were really great where the scientists are just like talking to him and he's like the lead scientist and he has no idea what he's doing, except he has like most experience of anybody that's doing anything.
Because a lot of them are the astronauts.
Yeah. And it's
then he's the only one on the ship.
the only
It's
one.
not I put the not in astronaut.
Yeah. And he's like a teacher too, right? Like
Yeah,
like a
because
high school or something teacher.
he was a scientist who then decided to teach. And he wrote the thesis that she brings to him and says, "Did you write this?" He said, "Yes." She's like, "Well, we need you."
Yeah. It's almost like a superhero recruitment. Like, Dr. Grace, we're going to need your services.
Yeah. He's
And
like, "Oh, okay."
and she's great too.
She was awesome.
And it's funny because there's not a big cast in this, but everybody that's in it is great. Like even the astronauts in the flashbacks are great.
Yeah, one of the astronauts is the girl from the AT&T commercials.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's
That's a good
she's
catch.
one of them. Yeah, my stepdad caught it. He goes, "Did you see who that was?"
That's amazing.
Yeah. So
So let's talk about Ryan Gosling. Like I love Ryan Gosling. I think you do too, right?
Oh yeah, totally.
So when this movie came out, I heard all these reports. People were like, "Well, this is great that Ryan Gosling is like finally like the leading man in a big blockbuster." And I'm like, "Bullshit!" Like he's been in Blade Runner 2049. He was in Fall Guy. He's been in like
Fall Guy was so good.
yeah, he's been in like so many. I'm like, what, I mean, what are we talking about here? Ryan Gosling, first time leading man. Like
I don't know.
that was I heard that on like multiple podcasts. By the way, there's like this really big podcast called The Town, and a lot of respect to it. Like it's a well done podcast, but like they were talking about that, and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me! Like Ryan Gosling's been around for decades.
He's fantastic.
Also, I haven't seen it, and shame on me, but like La La Land,
Yeah.
isn't he like the lead of La La Land?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm pretty sure he's also and I'll get to this later because it's in we're gonna try to play games. I've had feedback from friends. The show's called The Unger Games, and Jen, you have no idea how many friends have been like, "But do you play games on the show?"
Oh, we're gonna
do game. We're gonna do some sort of games. So stick around with us for that. And part of the games that we'll get to is we'll do like a rank 'em. And I don't know, have you seen this movie First Man with Ryan Gosling?
Yeah.
By the way, plays like Neil Armstrong, right?
He's the guy.
He's the lead.
He's
yeah.
the first man.
Yeah. Oh, you know who directed that? The same guy that did La La Land.
Oh,
Damien Chazelle.
interesting.
Yeah, and like it's like okay, so
different.
to hear people say like Ryan Gosling has not been a leading man, I'm
Yeah,
like,
whatever.
yeah, that's bullshit. I'm calling bullshit. So Gosling like kills it in this movie.
He threw himself into it in every way possible, and he's such an masterful actor in that he just takes it all in, and he studied science. I saw an interview with him where somebody said, "Well, what's a science book that you've read that made a difference?" And he quotes Carl Sagan, but the title of the book, and like he studied science among other things. Like he really got into it.
And like he immersed himself in the role. And you've watched like and I appreciate this. This is why I'm having you on to talk about this movie, but you've watched a lot of like behind the scenes and like social clips and whatever. So like you've gotten really familiar with Gosling preparing for this role, how they filmed some of this stuff. And we were just talking about the cinematographer whose name I'm going to butcher, but like I think it's Greig Fraser, who I love from the Dune movies. I guess he did the Batman with Robert Pattinson, and he's done Zero Dark 30 and other movies, Rogue One, and his stuff is amazing.
Amazing.
And the way they shot this is ridiculous. Like you were saying, it's all like in camera.
Practical. It's all there. There's no like standing in front of a green screen and doing all of that. They built everything, like all the sets. It's all built, and even complicated little scenes like the one I was telling you about with the little pink astrophage. Is
that where it goes all like
him.
black and dark and
Yeah,
stuff?
and then they're
Oh, that
pink.
was amazing.
That was like they show pictures of how they made it, and they put a $7 lens on this gazillion-dollar camera.
Wow.
And shot it for real.
That's incredible.
They shot everything for real.
Did they, in what you saw, and you might not know, but did they film a lot of that at like the Amazon studios here in like
No,
Culver?
it was
Oh, okay.
shot at
In like London?
Steppenford
Okay.
Studios, I think it's called in the UK.
In London.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. And they do a lot of production there too. But I'm sure they built everything massive.
It
And
was really incredible. The tunnel that's between the
like
two
the tunnel.
ships.
I saw some of that
was a
stuff. The
big
tunnel.
chunk of
And they
it.
just built that, right? Like they just built the tunnel.
Yeah, and they couldn't light it all, so they pulled power from buildings nearby to run the power to light the thing. Yeah,
That's amazing.
it is amazing.
And it looked amazing on camera. Like part of what I loved about the movie was the production value was obviously like, I mean, like I'm giving the movie an A minus, and I'll talk about some of what, like, I mean, you know me, I'm like highly critical of certain things, so I'll talk
Yeah,
about
but
that
you're
in a little
smart
bit.
critical.
Yeah, thank you. And there's some stuff that like I didn't love, but that's just a me thing. And everybody I've talked to was like, "Oh, this movie was amazing." I thought like the practical like stuff that you could see, like the protective ball that Rocky's in, and like all the bridge and a lot of other stuff, like was really cool. And the production value was like to me an A plus, obviously.
Yeah.
And the acting was an A plus, obviously. Gosling, we just talked about that. Gosling
Yeah.
was amazing. And I think that I was reading some guy that played the voice of Rocky, like just came up with the voice like randomly. Did you watch anything on that?
Yeah. So it's James Ortiz is the voice, and he's the lead puppeteer. And there was a whole army of puppet masters behind the whole Rocky. And so then he used his voice because he's interacting with Ryan Gosling all the time. And they realized that that was the voice, that him, the natural person doing all the puppeteer work with his crew. Was
That's
the
amazing.
Voice.
That's incredible.
And they would hang out between takes for hours, just ad-libbing conversations with each other, and got to know each other. And that's, everybody was saying, this is the voice, this is him.
I was like, it's funny because I was trying to figure out, and like you and I have talked about this in the past because you and I have talked movies for years, but like I was trying to figure out, I'm like, what famous actor is that? As I'm watching the movie, I'm like, what famous actor is that? What famous actor is that? And then I got to like looking it up after the movie. I'm like, that is not a famous actor. That's just
No.
some guy.
He came, well, he's a puppet
Yeah.
genius.
Yeah.
But he came in to be that job, and then he was also the voice. So it just worked beautifully.
That's really cool. And they've been doing that a lot more in movies where like maybe like an assistant editor or something is helping like with post-production, and then all of a sudden they do the voiceover work or whatever. Like,
Well, one of the ones that I really like is, okay, I don't know the names of the Star Wars movies, but the red guy, the Sith,
yeah.
that was real angry looking. They brought in the guy who knows how to do that kind of fighting to train.
Yeah, I think it
And
was
they liked
Darth
him so
Maul.
much.
Yeah.
Darth Maul.
And
So
I think
they
it was like Ray Park was his name.
they-
I'm pretty sure.
cast him as that part.
Yeah.
When he was there to,
And he did all-
coordinate
he did
everything.
all, like, the
And then
martial
he
arts and all
ended
that,
up
yeah.
Being Darth Maul.
Yeah, that's
Which
awesome.
was awesome.
Yeah, I love when they do that. Like they
Yeah.
should give more. Like you don't have to be a big household name to be a side character in a movie,
Right.
Or like in this case with Rocky, you don't have to be a big household name to be a voiceover of a rock. Like it's just a rock, right? While we're talking about Rocky, there was like a few things I was telling you. Like there were only a few things I really wanted to touch on with this movie because I haven't seen this movie for months. But the Rocky Grace relationship, like I absolutely loved, and I think like and you know me on this level, but like I love like the platonic like love between friends, and I think
Yes.
that's something like movies don't really touch on that much because
Yeah.
movies are into the whimsical romantic love and the fantasy love and the like the Prince Charming gets
And
the woman
that
love.
all has its place,
It does.
but I think we all crave connection,
We do.
and friendships are so important. And here are these two that are stranded out in space, and they click on
They
so
click.
many levels.
On everything.
It's like it's been described as the buddy cop relationship or whatever, but it works.
It works, and like it brings me to so like some things I'm trying to talk more about on this podcast show that I'm doing in general is just like how movies and shows tie into life. And like for me, and this is just me going off on a tangent, like I'm very big on the like make it weird, love your friends thing. Like I have friends like men and women that I'm not like romantically engaged with at all. That like especially one of my guy friends, this guy named Roger, who I've been friends with for about 20 years. I was best man at his wedding.
Hi, Roger.
Yeah, Roger, who refuses to listen to this. So Roger will definitely not listen. I know, Roger, great friend. Just kidding, love you, buddy. Roger and I will talk on the phone every so often. He tells me I call him too much, and then tells me he appreciates that I call because he would never call me. I like to make it weird with my friends. Like sometimes I'll be like, "Hey, love you, man. Talk to you later." And like when I first started doing this, look, I'm 38 years old now. When I first started doing this, probably in my late teens, early 20s, people would like, because this was in late teens, early 20s, probably like 2007. People would look at me or listen to me and go, "Okay, talk to you later."
They're not used to that.
They're not.
So you have to get them used to it.
Well, and like that's why I love it in movies because society and movies and like just what we're I guess what we're like around and like constructed to be as normal is romantic love. And that like friend or like what I call like make it weird like friend love is like something that's not really like popularized, but this movie did it.
Yeah. And it was very smart.
Very smart.
Yeah.
So that brings me to like one of the things I didn't like about the movie. And Jen, I fell asleep for 2 minutes when I first watched the movie, and I've only seen the movie once. I fell asleep for 2 minutes. I needed Rocky in the movie like quicker.
Oh, you told me that before.
I just like that was one of my few. That's why I'm going A minus because I wanted Rocky like there.
That's fair, but they had to establish he's meeting an alien. We didn't know that these creatures existed, so they had to take the time for him to get to that point, and I'm okay with the time that it took because it wouldn't have made sense for Grace to just jump into, hey, here's an alien, let's be friends.
Right, and they had to build the whole like everything. They had to build the language. They had to build like the environment. They had to build the whole like we're gonna be able to be here together. Like Rocky couldn't breathe the air or it was toxic,
and there's real hot.
And there's a scene where it's like really sad. By the way, as we're talking about the whole platonic love, where like Rocky needs to like quite literally break out of his shell to save Grace, if I remember correctly, and then like Rocky pretty much dies, and then like the way they worded it.
Don't worry, he doesn't.
He doesn't die. Spoiler alert: Rocky doesn't die. But the way they worded it in the Wikipedia plot summary is like, and then Rocky revives. I'm just like, well, I feel like maybe he was unconscious. I'm not.
Well, it took me till the fourth viewing to notice that Grace had a scar on his arm from Rocky's little hand pulling him. Where
Grace had a scar on his arm?
Ryan Gosling's character, because Rocky had to pull him to safety. And there's
right, I remember that. He like drags
footprint.
him.
There's a Rocky footprint on his arm, a scar.
And Rocky's so cute, by the way. Rocky looks like a spider, but also like a cute spider.
A cute rock spider. And what's amazing is Rocky has no face. And so we love this alien. He doesn't have a face. And so
no face.
Grace tells him, you're mysterious. Faces are overrated.
Oh, he says that?
Yeah, he says that.
See, again, I'm saying I'm so glad you've recently watched this movie because I saw it. Like, I do this thing, as you know.
In March, right?
And I see movies right when they come out because I'm a weirdo. And then, like, sometimes I don't see them again.
This is a lot of people don't see them again.
This is one of those movies that I would only see again in theaters, though. And I feel like you and I agree that, like, this is a theater movie.
It's a theater movie.
Is it like if you watch this at home, it would be a different movie, right?
It would be different, but I'm going to watch it at home.
Oh, you will, for sure. And you will probably own it because you own a shirt and, like, you love the movie.
I have 2 shirts.
I just think like the audio quality and the picture of a movie like this, where we're talking about the shots, and like I think I saw it in IMAX where like the space shots, like talk about the scene where remember where they're like collecting the sample over the planet and everything goes wrong. That's where everybody gets knocked out. This whole thing we're talking about with Rocky dragging Grace.
Yeah.
That I think that's the same scene, right? Where that like that green gas planet.
Yeah.
The way that's shot and like the wide shots and how they're showing the ship and all that shit is it's amazing.
Beautiful.
It's amazing.
So incredible on a theater screen.
It's like it's ridiculous. I mean, like space movies really hit me because I think they're really stressful. I think like I haven't seen the movie Gravity, but I've heard Gravity is I know.
That's a good one.
Knock on me that I haven't seen it because I'm a big movie guy. Haven't seen Gravity. But like I'm really stressed out when you're locked into the space environments and it's like you're stuck there with the characters for X amount of time. Like they do a good job with the flashbacks to give you some like reprieve from the whole space environment because you can't do a 2.5 hour space locked in movie.
Sure.
But like the space stuff is intense. And like when he's like there alone, like especially when Rocky's like unconscious or before Rocky's in the movie, like it's kind of heavy.
Yeah, because he's alone in the middle of all that darkness, even though there's stars. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Well, and then you find out that he's like, I thought one of the saddest parts of the movie was you find out that he was like drugged and forced into the whole mission.
Yeah. Yeah, she didn't have a choice.
She didn't have a choice.
She's saving the human race.
Again, it almost felt like a superhero recruitment, like Iron Man, we need you.
Well, it comes back around because he says, look, I'm not brave enough. I am not your person. I can't do this. And she goes, you are my solution. And he's like, I can't do it. And she said, well, the next thing I'm doing, know that I believe in you. And then, they grab him and make him go.
And there's also like a weird, like sort of romantic connection between Grace and the doctor. Like
they like each other.
It's like that. Is there a karaoke scene? And like, that's kind of, I feel like the closest they get, but not really close.
I think they have this amazing respect for each other and they're working toward the same goal. And I think when people are in a stressful situation like that, that they band together. And
it might not even be romantic. It might be another exploration, like another platonic love.
Yeah.
Like we have the same goals. We love this. We're working on this. We want to save the world.
Yeah.
And it's very cool. Like the stakes are very high in this movie
They're
from the
very
beginning.
high.
It's like
Yeah.
the world is going to end.
It's going to end.
We need to save the world.
Yeah. And they don't have a whole lot of time. They have 30 years. But I mean, it's like you were saying, it took him 11 to get where he needed to go. So he's
Well, and
already-
the whole plan was he was never going to get back. They're going to send everything back on probes.
Yep.
And he was like, he gets dragged out of an office and then runs through a field and then gets
Yeah,
drugged.
and
And
they
that's
get-
like, that was probably one of the hardest
Yeah.
parts
That was
to watch.
Yeah, and it's terrible because when he's telling her, and you may not have noticed this because you only saw it once. When he's telling her, "I'm not your person," he feels horrible
Yeah.
because he's saying, "I can't do it," and his lip is quivering, and he's destroyed
When they're at that table.
when
Yeah.
they're talking across the desk.
Yeah. And everybody looks at him and they're like, no, you have to do it.
Yeah,
So I think like that's another one of the like that leads me to another one of the parts of the movie that I thought was like a negative for me. And this is a me thing, but like I thought they did a little too many flashbacks. So you're talking about a 2.5 hour runtime here. And like you and I and Stu and other people that I'm friends with have talked about like we do like shorter movies. Like when they're big blockbusters, it's okay. And this is a big blockbuster, so it's okay.
and
But
it's a lot of information.
it's a lot of information. And like we were talking about earlier, they probably shortened it from the book.
Oh, I'm sure they did.
They probably did.
Yeah.
So we're probably getting like some time back, if you will. But like, I thought the movie could have been maybe like 15 to 20 minutes shorter if they removed maybe one or two of the flashback scenes, because eventually, once you realize where the plot is going, you don't need all the things that come from the flashback scenes. I don't know. What do you think about that?
That's fair, but I loved every minute of it, and I felt like it all worked together to establish, how important this whole situation was, and then the intensity of what he had to do when he's by himself, and then he meets this creature, and I just felt like it breathed in the way that made sense to me. I was there for every minute of it, and I loved it.
Yeah, and like to be fair, all of the scenes made sense, and like the context was all important, and it added to Grace's character, and it gave you a little more depth to like why he loved Rocky and how the movie ends. So I think all of that's really valid with the flashbacks. I just thought like for a movie I think this movie's genuinely gonna be nominated for some Oscars.
I hope so.
I think cinematography might be one of them.
That would be great.
I think acting, as of now, because it's May and nothing's come out, acting might be one of them. It's hard to tell. I kind of laughed, I'll be honest with you. When the movie came out in like the middle of March, it was a week after the Oscars. And there's all these articles about how Ryan Gosling's going to get nominated for Best Actor. And I'm like, Jesus, it's been a week since the Oscars. Like, let's like see what else comes. Like, give it a year. But I mean, then I saw the movie and I'm like, well, they might be right.
I think it's going to hold up. I think it's going to be right in the middle of everything.
He's
next
really,
Oscar.
he's really good.
He's so amazing, and he was so good at how he played this part. He studied Charlie Chaplin so he could get some clumsy walking around the ship kind of behavior, because it made him more real, like that he's messy, that he's like a real person. He's got flaws, and he really cared about developing this character.
Yeah. And like, again, I love Gosling, so he deserves every minute of it. And it might be one of those like, not like Lifetime Achievement Awards because he's going to do a lot more, but like it might be one of those things where the Academy finally recognizes him for something that they should have recognized him for 15 years, right? Like, I mean, he's been so, I mean, I guess La La
amazing.
Land was there,
Yeah,
but like this guy's so good.
he's so good.
He's so like, I'm blown away by people saying like he wasn't a leading man until this. I want to meet
They're
those people.
confused.
I want to meet, they are. And I blame them for that, but they're confused. And I'd love to meet those people. So, the Gosling stuff is the best part of the movie, obviously. Like the Gosling stuff
Gosling talking to Rocky
and Rocky.
talking.
Well, so that's why I'm saying like I kind of got bored before Rocky got into it. I don't think Rocky got into it until about an hour before the movie ended. I think it was like
I don't know.
I think it was a solid like hour and a half of the movie before Rocky gets into it,
Could be.
which was tough for me because I love Rocky. Like Rocky made the movie. If
Yeah.
Rocky was not in the movie, I'm not talking about this movie right now.
Well, it wouldn't have mattered because Rocky was there for the same reason that Grace was. And the full circle with Grace's character was that when he was talking to the astronauts getting ready to go, who were fine with sacrificing themselves for the greater good, he said, "I'm not that brave." And one of the astronauts tells him, well, you will be brave enough for someone. You'll find someone to be brave enough for, and it becomes Rocky.
Well, and that's kind of how the movie gets to its conclusion is Rocky tells Grace he's got enough fuel for him to get back, right? The particles that can fuel the ship.
Well, he doesn't really say that he doesn't have enough. He just doesn't talk about it.
Well, he tells him he has enough, but then Grace decides, correct me if I'm wrong, you just saw this. Rocky tells Grace that he has enough, but then Grace figures out that the particles that they found on that planet are going to destroy all of Rocky's fuel, right?
That's later. That's
what I mean, though, towards the
that's
end.
later on because of what Rocky's ship is made of, and that's like just details. Like it becomes a thing where Grace has to decide if he's going to go all the way home, which Rocky gives him that opportunity. He helps him make enough astrophage to get home. Or is he going to stop his trip and go save Rocky because his ship is not going to survive?
Right. And that's where like the love comes back into play, where you're like, you're just so rooting for Grace at this point. You're like all in. I mean, I was crying in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
Did you cry the first time you watched it?
I cry every time.
Oh, every time?
Every time.
I love that.
Every time. I cry at different parts because you see it in different ways.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Like I cried when you get close to the end and Grace starts to make that decision of like Rocky is more important than me going back to Earth.
Yeah, because he's going to save that whole planet too, not just Rocky who he's going to save.
Right, the whole planet,
The whole
right?
planet.
Right.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want like his friend's race to go away.
Right.
Which is amazing.
Yeah, because Rocky won't make it and the planet won't make it.
And like you've got this whole character development, the whole movie where you think Grace like is trying to save Earth, and he is.
He is.
But at the end, he like kind of turns and like wants to save Rocky and Rocky's planet.
He can do both. He can send the probes,
Yeah.
but that means then he may not necessarily go home. So he goes to Rocky, and then they work out a situation where it's good for everybody. He saves him. It's just
it's amazing.
he makes that choice. He makes the decision that this is the person that I want to be brave for.
It's very uplifting too. Like,
yes, they were very good at like I looked up because they make it hopeful the whole time. Ryan Gosling wanted to make a movie for his family, for his daughters, that they could love together and have hope for the future. He said he wanted to make a movie that was like what E.T. was for when we were little.
I think that might have been one of the ones you sent me where like he's like, I don't want to make an animated movie, but I want to make something that's like uplifting.
Uplifting. And even if it's daunting, you still have hope. And they call this movie has hope core optimism.
Hope core optimism. I like that.
Yeah.
That's good terminology.
Yeah.
Also, Ryan Gosling, like great guy in like I think he's been married to Eva Mendes for
a while.
Long time.
Yeah.
And like you don't hear about that in Hollywood too often.
No, because they keep that quiet.
They keep that quiet, but also like I think she kind of like low-key retired from acting for a bit when they started having kids.
Yeah, she stays home. And that when he accepts awards, especially when he was getting notoriety for this, he said, I could do this because she stayed home
Right.
to take care of our family so I could focus on this. And he brought his kids into some of the filmmaking. You don't see them. To do certain things behind the scenes that was amazing. Like one of his daughters said, Dad, you need to wear glasses because then you look smarter.
There you go.
And that's why he has glasses.
And that's why I wear glasses, to look smarter. And also to see.
To see.
Yeah, kind of. I wish it was just to look smarter, though. That'd be great. Because then I could just not have prescription. It would be amazing. So if you don't like Ryan Gosling as an actor, at least love him as a human. Because like this guy's just like seemingly a great guy.
He's awesome.
He's always like, to me, he's always been a great guy. And I love that about Ryan
very
Gosling.
sweet.
And I want to see Ryan Gosling in like everything.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And Rocky. What?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Bring Rocky.
like I don't think they can make a sequel to this movie, but I'm dreading the fact that like the way that Hollywood and like lack of creativity works, that they would be like, let's make a sequel.
Well, Lord and Miller, the directors, right?
Yeah.
They're going to make Andy Weir's first book.
Okay.
So they're focusing on that.
Okay,
so
good.
hopefully they don't do a sequel thing because it doesn't need it.
I was telling you
package.
I was telling you before we recorded, I love Lord and Miller. They did this like Into the Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse animated movies, and I'm a child and I love that stuff. So those guys are great.
You love what you love.
They've done other things. I just can't think of it off the top of my head, and I'm not going to look it up while we're recording. But I love those guys, and they made a fantastic movie. And I'm glad you and I both liked it because
so good.
I don't like everything, and I like this a lot.
Yeah. And that's good. I think a lot of people like this movie. It works.
It works. It has all these themes that we've been talking about, like the love, the friendship, the saving the world.
Yeah, and this cool sci-fi backdrop with all the planets and the ship that's so neat and
Yeah, the sci-fi space movie, like,
funny bits, and it
And-
just works.
and that's one of the things. I guess we can get to it now. That makes a lot of sense to get to it now. But so we're gonna play games finally on the Hunger Games. For everybody, for all 7 people who have told me that, this is for you. No, I'm just kidding. Games are fun. We love games.
Right.
But also Roger's wife, this is for you.
Cute.
So like space movies, I was looking up space movies. Like I've told you this, like I use the internet for a lot of resources. I cheat. So I'm looking up space movies, and I'm starting to realize as I'm looking up space movies, Jen, that like there aren't a lot of great space like there's good space movies, and I had trouble with my list. So we're going to do a top 5.
This was so hard for me. Can I just tell you?
Tell me why it was hard.
Okay. So my phrase for everybody is there's about 100 movies in my top 10 because I'm a filmmaker at heart and I have too many that I love. And so I sat down and I was thinking, okay, I'm going to do this for Drew. And I made my top 5, but there's 13 on the list.
So Jen, I have a top 5, but then I have like an others I considered. So we'll go through it, and
Okay,
like
all right.
I've heard this done on other shows, so like I'm gonna try to mimic that, and then like from there, other episodes we'll see what works and what doesn't. But like let's have fun with it and go 5 to 1. So like one of us can do 5 first, and then the other can do 5, and so on and so forth.
Okay.
And if you want to explain why, go ahead, and then we can do the others you considered after. Does that work?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So at number 5, I almost put Project Hail Mary. I do not have Project Hail Mary on my top 5 list. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I have First Man at number 5.
Interesting.
And the reason I have First Man at number 5 is because I don't have like Apollo 13, and I don't have like the air quotes like real life space movies on there. So like First Man to me is like the real life space movie on my list. And I think
You just said space, so I went with that.
yeah, no.
Outer
There were
space.
no rules to this, by the way. Anybody listening, there were no goddamn rules to this. It was just we're doing space. Jen, you're gonna love one of my picks because it might not be on your list, or it might.
It might be.
And space is a very like I don't know, broad frontier, if you will.
It is. It's fantastic.
It is. So First Man, we talked about this earlier on this episode. Like I saw it, you saw it. I love that movie. It's about Neil Armstrong walking on
It's
the moon.
well done.
It's
It's
very
very quiet.
it's quiet, it's sad, it's gut wrenching. There's some like really real stuff that happened where there was an explosion and like
Yeah.
people died and a lot of things happened to get to the moon.
Yeah.
But I think that was one of Gosling's like really big breakout. He's playing like Neil Armstrong, like
I know.
amazing. And he looked so the part.
That's fantastic.
Great movie. So what do you have at 5?
Passengers.
Okay. I've never seen it.
Oh, it's so good. It's very similar to this. It's two people.
Is that Jennifer Lawrence and Chris Pratt?
Yeah, and
Okay.
they're trapped on a ship in space. It's very similar. I realize that I have a theme I like. And
I love that.
I've seen Passengers probably 20 times
Okay.
because I love it and I'll turn it on and it's tremendous. I love it.
Okay. So Passenger, is it like it's like a love story in space? Is
Sort
it?
of, yeah. Because the ship is traveling for like 120 years and something happens and his pod opens and he wakes up early, 90 years early.
So it's like a cryo sleep thing,
And
then
he's by himself for a year and he's going crazy. And so
Okay.
he decides to wake her up. And
stuff happens.
And stuff happens. And there's Michael Sheen is the robot bartender.
I
and
read about
he's
that. I love him.
Fantastic.
I love him.
So good.
Yeah.
And so it's technically the 3 of them, but it's 2 humans that are trapped on a ship.
So it's
and
2 humans and a robot. That sounds fun.
It's great.
Okay. And you got that to number 5 with all these others in consideration. I love that. I love where we're going with this. This is fun. This is fun that we're doing games. So you're gonna love my number 4.
Okay.
Because me, you, and one other individual used to quote this movie a little bit. At number 4, I have The Fifth Element.
On my list.
Okay, good. Oh, wow. Okay. I was like, I was thinking about this list, and I'm like, there's a very good chance Jen has this on her list, but there's also a chance that you didn't because the whole space movie broad category. But like The Fifth Element, I saw it as a child in theaters, and I loved it, and that was like peak Bruce Willis. And I think
Oh, Bruce Willis. Mia
Isn't
Jovovich, she's amazing.
yeah, and that was like one of her first big roles, if I remember.
fantastic.
Amazing. And she got like what the orange hair and the orange like suspenders
Lulu
straps. Or
Dallas. I have Lulu Dallas multipass that used to hang on my refrigerator.
oh my god.
My best friend has a little Mondachiwan, gold Mondachiwan.
And what was Bruce Willis? Corbin Dallas?
Mm-hmm.
And then isn't Chris Tucker's like Ruby Rose or something?
Ruby Rod.
Ruby Rod.
Yeah.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
And
Speak Green.
Ruby Rod, and he's kind of like a futuristic like radio host or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
God, it's so
It's fantastic.
good.
I go see it every year when it's re-released in theaters.
And you
July 17th.
and you know you remember who plays the bad guy? I think it's Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman, yes, with this weird plastic hat.
The
with
plastic
hair.
thing, and they have those like giant guns and the
Yeah.
aliens and the opera scene and the blue stuff and like the blue goo and like the rhino looking like soldiers and like
I've seen this movie probably 200 times.
oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. I have the soundtrack.
I love that movie. So that's especially because we're doing this episode together. That's my number 4, and I was thinking of you when I made this list.
It's on my list.
But it's not your number 4. What's your number 4?
Apollo 13.
Okay, that's not on my list.
Oh
That's not
my
even in my
gosh.
considerations.
It's so incredible. I've seen it so many times, and then I got to go to Houston and see the original control room because you can take a tour and go.
Oh, like the
see-
Mission Control, Houston, we have a
Uh-huh.
problem. Okay.
Yeah, and I was like getting so emotional about seeing it because I love Apollo 13 so much, and I love the whole NASA space program and Artemis 2. Anyway, and so yeah, it was very emotional to see that in real life, and I love Tom Hanks. I love
Tom Hanks too.
I love the friendships that were. It's crazy because you're seeing Gary Sinise has to stay behind because they think he's going to get sick, and
Right.
then he's the one who figures out how to turn the ship back on, and
Right.
he gets them home. So it's like all these amazing things that are so incredible, and it was real life.
And who's like? I think there was a big director of that. I'm blanking on who it was.
I'm like,
Is it Ron Howard? Maybe.
His brother's in it, so yeah, I'm sure it is.
Yeah,
Ron
it must.
Howard.
It must be Ron
Yeah.
Howard. Yeah.
His
And that,
brother's
I
in
mean,
the
like that was such an era movie. It was like what mid '90s, and like it was huge. Might have been late '90s.
It was my first TV job, and we were all gaga about this movie, and it's so good.
There's a couple Tom Hanks movies that I'm like against the popular opinion on, and I'll be honest, as we're talking about this, one of them is Apollo 13, and
Why?
the other why?
Yeah.
I was born in 1987, and like the movie just didn't hit for me at the time. Maybe I need to go back and rewatch it. It just didn't.
When
like,
was the last time you saw it?
probably when it came out in the 90s.
Oh, you need to see it again.
Maybe, yeah.
I quote it all the time with my friends, and yeah, it's if you haven't seen it, it's really good.
Yeah, I mean,
Any
I've
viewers?
definitely seen it, and if anybody listening hasn't seen Apollo 13, first of all, shame on you because it's obviously a classic.
So good.
But also shame on me because I don't love it. But shame on me. I'm just gonna say shame on me.
That's okay.
Yeah,
Whatever.
I mean, I have my opinion.
your truth,
I don't
man.
love it, but it's okay. And then the other, just while we're on it, the other Tom Hanks movie that I don't love. You want to guess? This is really bad.
No, just say it.
Just name a Tom Hanks movie that everybody
Forrest
loves.
Gump.
Yeah, that's it.
No, I knew you were gonna
I don't love it. I don't know. I just feel like Forrest Gump could be made every 25 years. Like you put a guy in that role and you relive history, and it's
I
like,
love that idea. Can we do that?
Well, you could. And Robert Zemeckis is still alive, who I think directed Forrest Gump.
Yes.
And if you made Forrest Gump now and you changed the character name to something else, and you had a character similar to Forrest Gump who lived like through political stuff like
All
George
this
W. Bush
weirdness.
and Obama being the first black president, like all this, like it would be
That's
it would be amazing.
fascinating.
It would be
I
amazing.
love that idea.
I think you could make Forrest Gump every 25, and that's like, don't get me wrong, Forrest Gump's it's iconic. Life's like a box of chocolates, and
I love
Sally
that.
Field is the mom.
Yeah, she's so
And
great.
like, is it Robin Wright Penn plays Jenny, and Gary Sinise
Well,
again?
wait. That's why everybody calls me Jenny.
Jenny.
Is from Peas
From-
and Carrots.
right.
Yeah, it's from Forrest Gump.
And again, I'm naming like all these iconic lines and moments and scenes and whatever. Don't love it.
It's part of our culture.
It is. And I'm going off
you're
the
okay.
rails.
You're
What-
okay.
yeah, it's okay. So
Okay.
number 3, and we talked about not making these part of the list, and I said, nope, it's my list. Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan.
That's not on my top 5, but it's on my list.
Okay, great.
Yep.
It's pretty legendary.
Yeah.
It's like Shatner and Leonard
Yeah.
Nimoy, like in their prime.
That's
And
when I grew up with those people. And my dad and I quote that all the time to each other.
It's so
Admiral, they put the creatures in our bodies.
it's so good.
Yeah, it's so good.
It's so good that so they did do you remember that they rebooted Star Trek with Chris Pine and they did that whole
Please.
It was like
You're
two,
talking to a Trekkie.
yeah,
Come on.
two, and I love those movies too.
I love them.
Love those movies.
Love them.
And the second one was called Star Trek Into Darkness, and they basically redid The Wrath of Khan with Benedict Cumberbatch, and they like hid it for most of the movie, and then they didn't
Yeah,
hide it.
and then yeah.
I think that's more reason why I put The Wrath of Khan on my list, because it's so iconic that they basically remade it.
It's so iconic they remade it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, well, how I just thought like, how could that not be on my? But also like, I'm big on Star Trek. I grew up watching like Star Trek Next Generation.
Yeah, me too.
With
Yeah,
my
I
dad
loved-
all the time.
I loved all those.
Yeah,
Yes.
we had like all these like
I'm
marathons.
such a Data fan.
Yeah.
Oh,
Data
man.
fan. Picard. Like just
When
love
people
it.
say data, I want to go. No, it's data.
You want to punch them?
Yeah, it just
Non-violently.
not
Yeah.
not the character, but when they're talking about data, this and that, it's data.
It's data. It's clear that it's data.
Thank you.
It's data, and it's Geordie LaForge. Like it's.
I had a dog named Jordy.
Did you?
Yes.
It's funny
course
because
I
for
did.
me growing up, Geordie LaForge was also Reading Rainbow.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
It was either Reading Rainbow or Geordie LaForge. I still couldn't tell you the actor's name, which is terrible, but Geordie LaForge.
LeVar Burton.
There you go. LeVar Burton.
Thank you.
That's why I have you here. Speaking of why I have you here, what is your number 3?
Okay, number 3. It's on my shirt.
Oh, so you do have
Project
Project Hail Mary on your list. Okay.
Absolutely. It when you have such an incredible reaction to a movie, it's got to be in your top 5. And
Yeah.
Project Hail Mary was so everything on so many levels, so of course it had to be on my list. But it's only 3.
Well, I was very nervous making the list because we're doing an episode on Project Hail Mary.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized as I get down to the list, I'm like,
Oh, it's not on
I'm
there.
like, oh shit, Project Hail Mary's not
You're
on my
fired.
list. So then I was about to put it at 5, and I had this like internal struggle, and I'm like, is Project Hail Mary better than First Man?
And for you, it's not.
And for me, it's not. And I think for like probably millions of people, Project Hail Mary is way better than First Man. I know a lot of people that had never even heard of First Man,
Isn't that amazing?
which it was a great movie.
It was a great movie. It just wasn't like this is huge.
This is
Like-
huge.
Like Project Hail Mary was it's still so enormous. I'm not tired of it. I'm
Well, and
never gonna
like,
be tired of it.
so I went on a different episode of mine. I went on a rant about Netflix and Amazon making shitty movies.
Mm-hmm.
I have to give credit where it's due, though. This is an Amazon MGM movie. And
Yeah.
I want to give them a little credit for this because, like, I can't think of another big Amazon movie that's been made since they got into the movie space that anything close to Project Hail Mary.
I'd have to look it up.
I mean-
but yeah, it's amazing they let this be what it was.
Right.
Let it be as big.
It was like I was reading when I was reading my Wikipedia summary that the budget, including like marketing stuff, was like $250 million. It was like $250 million,
Okay.
which is great. Like, spend some of that Bezos money and make some cool shit. I'm tired of like Mark Wahlberg like playing soccer detective roles, and like, why don't we just make good movies? So
Make good movies.
as we're talking about Project Hail Mary,
Yeah,
Amazon, good job.
yeah.
Like, proud of you. Really proud of
Well,
you.
you know what was interesting is it had a tie-in with the Artemis 2 trip around the moon.
Oh,
Those
okay.
astronauts quoted Amaze, Amaze, Amaze from Project Hail Mary. They quoted different things.
Oh,
and
that's
then
from an actual mission. Amaze, amaze, amaze.
They were
Oh, okay.
quoting the movie.
Oh, on the Artemis 2. Gotcha. Okay.
And then Project Hail Mary released some ads with Ryan Gosling talking about the crew going to the moon. So there was cross like love and respect, and I loved it. I loved every second of it. It was amazing.
Well, it's important that you loved it because I would not be able to do this episode if you did not. So I appreciate that you loved it. And I'm glad that it's on your list because I botched that completely.
No.
So one of us did and one of us didn't. And I'm proud of you for that. Now, I'm happy my number 2 is on my list, but I'm torn. So you sent me a video where they were doing like a this or that, and you did much better research than I did, and I'm super thankful for that. And they were doing the this or that on the movies, like Project Hail Mary or whatever, and they were comparing sci-fi movies.
Yeah.
And it was like Ryan Gosling and the directors and Sarah Huller, I think her name is, or whoever played the
Hooler.
I'm butchering names here. I'm terrible at this. I shouldn't have my own show.
You're doing great.
So I was really happy when I watched it because one of the movies on my list is related to one of the movies that a lot of them were picking. Alien was a lot of the ones that they were picking. Now, I have this strong theory that Aliens, the James Cameron sequel to Alien, is like the peak of the Alien movies. And that's just like a me thing.
Okay.
Now, have you seen any of the Alien
Yeah,
movies?
I've seen Almost all of them.
So at least those two, right? The first two.
Yeah. I could make an argument that one is so good because of all the things that they did that were incredible. But Alien and Aliens, I think the two are amazing.
Amazing. And now, like, while we're talking about it real quick, I think Alien is just this super like trippy space thriller where it's like this horror.
Scary.
Yeah, it's this horror movie in space. And I think it came out in like 1979. And I'm born in 87. So I'm sure when it came out, it was one of the creepiest things people could have imagined. Like you're stuck in this like cargo hull. Yeah.
and
With
there's
this creature that spits
crazy-
acid. And you're like, holy shit, what am I going to do?
Dripping the
Yeah,
coming out of
it's dripping. And then
and the little mouth that comes out of the big mouth.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
What?
Well, and you find out at
That's
the end of the
nightmares.
movie that the guy that plays Bilbo Baggins, who I forgot his name, he's no longer alive, is like the android, and he's a bad guy, and he's been like controlling everything the whole time. And then he like dies, and he's got like white blood and stuff. It's just like he gets his like head ripped off in the like captain's chamber, and like I think it's like Tom Skerritt's in the movie, and like he's like that's like this big moment, and you reveal that like he is.
right?
And I think he passed away relatively recently, or maybe not too recently. And like he's like the captain, and the guy that's the android, like they have this whole tension. And
You said 2 is on your list.
so 2 is on my list, and the reason 2 is on my list because I think it's like peak James Cameron, because James Cameron did 2, and like most people don't realize that that's like to me that's like
That's
his
peak for you.
that's peak. I know, and people would be like, dude, you're crazy. Like Avatar, Terminator 2, like
Abyss.
Abyss, sure. That was also on their list that they were doing on these other videos you sent me. Like,
Well, Ryan Gosling put that on the list.
sure. And
They gave him a choice, and he goes Abyss.
there's just so many like iconic moments, and I feel like that was the movie. Like Sigourney Weaver is a badass
she's
in
awesome.
the whole franchise, right? Like, don't take that away from her. She's a badass in the first one. She's a badass in the second one. She's a badass in the
Yeah.
third one, fourth one, whatever. Complete badass.
Agreed.
She redefined like the woman being the strong, like hardcore badass action hero. She really did, and it's cool. I like that. I think we need a little more of that. And the second movie, Aliens, is where she really became this like action star to me. Whereas the first one, she's kind of like this side role that like picks it up throughout the movie and becomes this main character. The second one is just all about her.
Right.
Like it starts off with her, this like terrible nightmare where she's like dreaming about the kid that she had, and she was like flashing forward to the future, and her kid's dead already. And like the movie's super creepy. And Paul Reiser's in it, who I just find to be like a super 80s actor. Like Paul Reiser's so 80s to me. And
is 80s.
he's so 80s. Like, he's so 80s that they put him in like Stranger Things season 2 because they're like, oh, 80s, Paul Reiser, like
Nice.
you're in this. But that movie has like all these iconic, and it has the actor that's in the first Terminator that plays Kyle Reese. I'm blanking on the guy's
Oh my
name,
gosh.
but he's the guy.
He was in the Abyss.
Yeah, and he's the guy.
Michael Biehn.
Oh, there you go, nailed it.
Nailed
he was
it.
also in an episode of Mandalorian, in case anybody was curious. Michael Biehn, right?
Biehn.
Biehn. Okay, he's great, and he plays one of the soldiers that ends up, I think, eventually dying, but is with her and Newt. And like Newt is another reason why the little girl Newt, who they pick up along the way, and they have that like giant tank car that they drive, and like there's a line from that movie. I'm staying on this movie for too long, but
I was just thinking that. I was like,
I'm staying on this movie for way
This
too long.
isn't
I
even
love
number
it.
one.
I know this is number 2 for me. Well, number 1 I'm gonna like brush right over because it's like a must be number 1, and you're gonna be
Okay.
like, dude, that can't be number 1. But like, there's a line from this movie that's so iconic that they spoofed it in a South Park episode where Newt, they see like a ship come over, and they're like going towards like the end of the movie, and Newt's like, they mostly come at night, mostly. And like there's an Eric Cartman line from South, and like I just love all of like the impact that movie had on
Its impact. Exactly.
yeah, the impact that movie was. Alien may be a better movie because it was this like revolutionary horror space thriller, probably, but Aliens is just, to me, it's like this iconic 80s action badass, like explosions, shit gets fucked up. I think Bill Paxton is in it too. I'm pretty sure Bill
have to
Paxton
look
is in
that
it. He's one of the soldiers.
Awesome.
And yeah, movie's like amazing. What's your number 2?
Interstellar.
Okay.
And it's for a little bit it was number 1 because the music is so incredible and the story is so vast, and it's a father-daughter movie, and the acting is incredible, and I love everything about it, and I know some people didn't like the ending, but I thought the ending was beautiful and complicated, and it's fourth dimension stuff. Like, what is that?
Isn't he like looking through like a bookcase or something?
Because he's in a different dimension, he can see her, and he's trying to communicate with her. He communicates with her through the dust, and she's not getting it, and then it's the watch.
Isn't there some like big reveal with Matt Damon in that movie too? Like that, like you don't know it's Matt Damon for a while, and then like Matt Damon's in that movie.
Oh, they send people out to different planets because they're looking for the new Earth, and he's one of the people they send out to say if this planet is habitable. And he says, "My planet is habitable," which is a big lie.
Yeah.
They get there and it's not habitable.
I was not a huge fan of that movie.
The music is so good.
But there's one like redeeming quality for me that I think I can just harp on for the rest of my life, that Timothy Chalamet was in that movie. He was like the son.
Oh, he's the kid.
Yeah. And most people are like, oh, that guy.
That isn't even a character.
He's like not even really in the movie. He's like in it for like
movie.
3 minutes, 5
No.
minutes.
And Hathaway is in it because she's in everything. Oh my gosh, she's in so much stuff. And
Well,
she's
and
amazing.
Matthew McConaughey's the
Like
lead,
Matthew
right?
McConaughey is incredible.
Well,
Yeah,
and I
he's-
love McConaughey. I mean, from Dazed
so
and Confused
perfect.
all the way till now in 2026, like everything he touches is gold.
Yeah.
I mean, I love that
he's,
guy.
He's so perfectly cast. It's such a great movie. It's my friend and I like talk about it all the time. We saw it together, and it's almost like the effect of Project Hail Mary, but it's a darker movie. And I think Project Hail Mary it's like I was saying, it's more optimistic. It's about hope. It's hope core, which maybe it could fight for second and third. But I love Interstellar.
Interstellar is dark also because of like the family drama, right? Like there's a lot of family
There
drama
is
in
some, but it's tough because he leaves his kids to go try and help find a new Earth.
that to save the world, essentially.
Yeah.
So we're getting a theme here with your list, which I love, which is
Yeah.
kind of change or save the world.
Yeah. And it's just up to a handful of people on a ship to go do it.
Which, by the way, if I'm recapping this right, change or save the world is your 4 movies so far, right? You have Apollo 13, you have Fifth Element,
Passengers.
you have Passengers. Well, is that change or
Interstellar.
save the world? Passengers?
Yeah, because their ship is going to another place to make a new homestand.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Interstellar, change or save the world. I like your theme. You like
Yeah,
space
I-
movies
I
because
didn't
change or
realize
save the
I was-
world.
yeah.
That's awesome. So and I just said this because I spent way too much time on Aliens, but I was planning on this anyways. I'm gonna brush by my number 1 because it's just like I don't need much explanation for this. This movie stands on its own. Do you want to guess what my number 1 is?
I don't know.
Star Wars, the original.
Oh. The original. Yeah,
they
because
call it
it
Star
was-
Wars: A New Hope these days.
It's because it exploded the whole science fiction thing.
Everything, right?
It was 2001, whatever. Great.
Yeah,
But
not on my list.
not on my list. No.
Not even on my considered.
Boring. Okay, I'm gonna get flack for that. But Star Wars did so much for like people like my dad who went and saw it in the theater, and like it just all the relationships and the space and everything about it. It's so important.
It's
Had
like
impact.
I told a friend that I was making this list, and it was like my no-brainer number 1, and he's like, "Well, I guess that's like a space opera," and I'm like, "No. It's called Star Wars. Like they fly through space. It's a space movie.
You know it's a Western, right?
Whatever it is." Like my dad lost a bet to my mom, and he wanted to name me Harrison Ford.
What a great name.
And Harrison Ford's in the movie. So whatever it is, it's amazing, and I love it. And I think a lot of us got into sci-fi fantasy genre from the original Star Wars, right?
The original Star Wars.
And everybody's like, "Oh, Empire Strikes Back is so good, and Return of the Jedi is so good." And everybody's got their opinion,
Yeah,
but
they're
like
great.
that first one really like
that cracked it open.
it planted like that stick in the ground of like this is a sci-fi movie.
This is it.
This is it. There's lightsabers, there's space, there's droids, there's
Yeah.
ships.
There's the love affairs. There's the they're brother and sister, and like, oh my god, and
And
all
there's
that.
and there's
It's-
hope. Like it's called A New Hope,
A
I
New
guess,
Hope.
but like there's hope. Like
There's hope.
the rebellion's
it's
trying.
hope core.
There you go. It's Hope Core. It fits with the theme of Project America. It's Hope Core. So
It is.
I couldn't possibly guess your number 1. And I don't think it's Star Wars, but is it Rogue One?
It's Fifth Element.
Okay. Fifth Element's your number one. You said it's on the list, and I'm not paying attention.
No, I didn't want to tell you it was number one back then, but
But that's great. Well, you hadn't said it yet. So.
it's one of my most favorite movies of all time.
I mean, even those
all time.
early scenes where like the cars are flying and he's like getting chased and jumping on the car,
brilliant.
like
It's beautiful.
everything, and like the whole like Element storyline, because the Fifth Element with like the
She's the number one supreme being.
right, and that's the Fifth Element, right?
Yeah.
She is.
She is.
And they find that out at the end. She's like the key to unlock
She's the
everything in that
key.
temple.
And she's learning about everything from the encyclopedias and like there's just so much going on. It's so beautiful, it's so colorful. The music, oh my gosh, the music is so great. And the story is awesome, saving the world.
Right.
You know,
That's so your whole
it's-
theme is saving the world, and I love that.
Saving the world.
That's
And
great.
It's bizarre when I was making the list, I thought, oh, I have a theme.
You stuck to the theme.
And I didn't do it on purpose. It just
No, but you
was.
nailed it, and that's good.
Yeah.
No, I think like you and I have talked about this movie before, and I think we have quoted it with Nick before, and just other
Yeah,
people like
it's
and
quotable.
and Eric. Like I mean Eric Polanski. Like we've quoted this movie a million times. Like the movie's amazing.
Yeah, it's number one.
It's really good. Well, I'm glad that's your number one
Yeah.
because that movie, like,
It's been number one forever for me.
honestly, that had to be on my list, especially doing this with you. Like, love that movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's so good.
I'm telling you, every summer they re-release it in theaters. Go sit. Oh, let me tell you this
Yeah.
real quick. Anytime I go see Fifth Element in the theaters re-release, it's the one time where people in the theater cluster in the middle. You know how usually we all space out from
yeah,
each
because
other.
we want our space and we want to be away.
But
yeah.
for some reason, when I see that, everyone's always like on top
Oh,
of
that's
each other,
great.
and it's so cool. And we all laugh at everything and quote it, and it's just
My
love
my dad took me to see a lot of movies when I was a kid, and it was that movie that he realized that I was a super weirdo because I was into the whole, that whole like opera singing scene where she starts to like lose it and like get sick and like singing like really fast paced and like whatever. I was really into that, and my dad was laughing, and he was looking at me like, "You like this?" And I was like, "I love this," and that's I think it was like. I was probably 7.5 or 8 years old. My dad took me to stuff I shouldn't have seen at a young age.
it's kind of a cartoon. It's kind of a graphic novel. You know,
Yeah.
it's really colorful.
Very
It
animated,
has that
yeah.
look to
Yeah.
it.
The colors, the orange, the blue,
Yeah.
the space.
And the way they edit it together. Oh, okay. I could do a whole podcast just about that. Yeah, I love it. It's an amazing movie.
And some directors don't have like multiple hits. And I'm blanking on the director. Isn't it a
I
French?
know, it's Luc. No,
Luc
it's
Besson. Yeah, it is Luc Besson.
it is.
It is. It's here. I'll look it up.
It's not Baz Luhrmann.
No,
That's
no, no,
Moulin Rouge.
no. It's definitely Luc Besson.
Luc Besson.
And I don't think he's made like too many great movies since then. And like that's okay.
So
Because I was
good.
talking to somebody about that earlier too. Like, not every director is gonna have multiple hits. I was talking to my aunt and uncle this morning about the movie Almost Famous and how Cameron Crowe hasn't made like a big movie since Almost Famous.
He hasn't.
I mean, maybe he has, and I'm probably wrong because I'm wrong a lot. But like,
Wow.
what
That's
has Cameron
interesting.
Crowe made as big as Almost Famous since Almost Famous? I don't know. And like, what has Luc Besson made as big as Fifth Element? He's
I don't know.
tried.
That one is so big.
He's tried.
I hear rumors sometimes that they're gonna remake it, and I want to punch somebody. Like, don't you touch that?
Don't remake it and don't make a sequel. Like, stay away from both of them.
there's
Stay
no-
away from
there's
both
no
of them.
sequels.
There's no
not.
reason for that. Don't ruin it. Don't ruin a good thing. So others I considered obviously Project Hail Mary, but like it being a little too long and First Man being a little more rooted in reality was the only like Project Hail Mary probably should have been my number 5 because we're talking about Project Hail Mary. But
Whatever. Just no should.
The Martian is really good.
I have The Martian on here,
Yeah,
which is Andy Weir's first movie.
and it's really good, right? It's just like
fantastic. I watch it every time it's on.
to me it was like some of my considerations are like not as space movie, and I feel like Martian is really like it's on Mars, I think, and it's just really rooted in like we're not in space but we're in space. Like obviously you're on another
It counts.
planet.
Yeah.
It counts for sure, but like
Yeah.
I wanted like more movies that are spacey to try to like hit the like
The idea.
the space list. Now I love the Dune movies, and
I like the original Dune.
you do,
I
yes,
am an
you
original
do,
Dune
and we've
person.
had this friendly argument
I've
for a long time.
Seen that. I'm sorry, it's not Harkonnen, it's Harkonnen.
Sure. And
Because
I
that's-
haven't, Jen, I haven't seen it yet.
That's
I still haven't
it's-
seen it.
The original is like Sting is in it. It's
I haven't seen it. And whether it's the original or the two new parts that they've made, I would consider those space movies. But again, there's very few space scenes. It's very rooted on like Arrakis and like planets. so I just excluded it because I love those movies, but I excluded it.
Yeah.
There's a movie called Moon. Have you heard of a movie called Moon with Sam Rockwell?
I didn't see it.
It's
but
like
I've
an
heard of it.
independent film. You might like it. It's like a 90-minute movie where he's like talking to a robot. It's very like 2001 modern, like weird, creepy shit.
Yeah,
I
as
had to
long as
mention.
it's not hell.
No, I mean it gets really trippy. I think it's R-rated and it's kind of bad. Like I mean, there's some scenes that are hard to watch, but for me, I thought the movie like needs to be considered, but there's also parts that were bad. So I'm just like, this is not on my top 5 list, but I had to mention it because I would get a lot of shit because a lot of people like Interstellar, Moon is up there for a lot of people. And anybody listening to this, maybe in the future would be like, how dare you? And then all the alien stuff, like Alien 1, Prometheus, Alien Romulus, like I just had to pick one. I'm not putting multiple.
I have to mention a couple.
Tell me your considerations.
Contact.
Great movie.
Great movie.
I think it's better than Interstellar.
No, because the music was so good in Interstellar. But like even just how they made the sound of the transmission sound that she hears is so many different things. There's a heartbeat, there's a whale noise, there's a gunshot that they combined to make this one sound that was so incredible. Another one, Galaxy Quest.
Okay, that's fair.
So good.
Great movie.
So funny.
Tim Allen?
Sigourney Weaver.
Sigourney Weaver, Tim Allen, and what's his face who played Snape, who I'm not remembering his name.
He's passed away.
Alan Rickman.
Alan Rickman.
Great.
#1 villain of all time.
They're great.
Flash Gordon. Have
Okay.
you seen Flash Gordon?
Never.
Flash.
I'm embarrassed, but I'll say it. Never seen it.
It's cheesy, but it's so entertaining.
You know, I only know of that movie from I think they reference it in the Ted movie, the Mark Wahlberg movie with the teddy bear.
They reference
I'm
Flash Gordon.
I'm pretty sure because it's an 80s movie, right?
Yeah, maybe 70s. Maybe
Could be.
79.
I think they reference it and do the whole like song singing that you just did,
It's so
and it's pretty
good.
awesome the
It's
way they do
Queen,
that.
man.
It's Queen.
It's Queen.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I still won't watch it, but I'm glad it was on your considerations. What else? You had more considerations than I did. I want to hear them.
Wrathicon, A New Hope. I have those.
Okay.
I like Armageddon. It's
You know, I thought about
but
Armageddon,
I like it.
but it's one of those like iconic era piece movies where it's just like it was so big at the time.
It was huge.
And didn't like Aerosmith do like a big song
Because
for
his
it?
daughter's the lead.
Liv
in it.
Tyler's in it, and Ben Affleck's in it.
Billy Bob Thornton, who is great in everything.
Great. I mean, Billy Bob. Like, I could do a whole episode talking about how Billy Bob
know.
Thornton's great and everything.
Right.
I mean, I could probably do 2 I could do like a part 1 and part 2 on Billy Bob Thornton. You're great and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually considered Armageddon. It's not on my like consideration notes, if you will, but like I considered Armageddon because it was just it was so big when it came out, and everybody was like talking about it. It was like that movie that like
It was huge.
It wasn't the level of Titanic, but it was similar in the sense of like people were like, "Oh my God, did you see Armageddon?" It was big when it came out.
I quote some stuff from that because the characters, they're characters. All these oil rig drillers, they're so funny because Steve Buscemi is in it.
Yeah.
It's just the Owen, Owen Wilson?
Oh, is he in
Is
it?
it Luke Wilson?
One of the
Gosh, I'm
Wilsons.
blanking.
One of the
Yeah,
Wilsons is
the
in
blonde one with the crooked nose.
it. Oh, that's Owen Wilson.
He's in it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there's so many good characters and
And it's a big movie.
It's a big
There's like it's a big budget and it's
Yeah.
a big disaster movie and and you know what? It fits your theme.
it fits my theme.
It fits your theme.
A group of people in space
Trying to save the world.
Yeah.
It's great. And there was another movie that came out around then that wasn't that good called Impact. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I
Deep
think it was
Impact.
Deep Impact.
Yeah.
With
That was
Elijah
good.
was it
Yeah.
Elijah Wood and Morgan Freeman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I loved it.
It was good, but it
it's
wasn't
almost as good.
but it wasn't like as big as Armageddon.
Yeah. Because
That
a
was
lot of times disaster movies will come out in 2s or 3s.
Yeah.
So they came out around the same time. But yeah, Armageddon was huge.
Huge.
Yeah.
Anything else on your consideration list or that's
No,
about
that
it?
was- that
Okay.
was it.
All right. Well, I promised games, and we're gonna do a second game just to make this shit fun.
It's already fun.
I know. I'm a big fan of we were talking about this earlier. I'm a big fan of the this or that, like the social media, like pick one. So the way we're gonna do this is like I'm gonna say Ryan Gosling or another actor, and I'm gonna ask Jen Gosling or whomever, and she's gonna pick. You're gonna pick one or the other.
Okay.
And if you pick one or the other, then I'm gonna go whoever you pick with the next person.
Okay.
And I came up with like 11 names, and they're just big actors. And you might be mad at me for these names, but it's fine. I just wanted to name names. So, and this is for. Let me give it a little deeper context. This is for who you think would have been best to play. I think it's Ryland Grace. That's the character's name.
Yeah.
Who you think would have been best to play it, and obviously Gosling did an amazing
Yeah.
job. So we might end this with Ryan Gosling or like he might be the answer. But let's go through this. And I told you I wanted to start easy to where I think you'd pick Gosling, but maybe I'm wrong. Ryan Gosling or Taron Egerton
To play this role,
to play Ryland Grace in Project Hail Mary. Who would you rather have?
you want Ken or Elton John to play Grace?
So Ryan Gosling or Taron Egerton?
It's Ryan Gosling.
So Ryan Gosling. Okay. All right. Ryan Gosling or James McAvoy?
No, Ryan Gosling.
Okay. I told you I'm going to start easy. Then it gets hard. Ryan Gosling or Timothy Chalamet?
Ryan Gosling.
Okay. Easy. Ryan Gosling or Pedro Pascal?
Oh, I love Pedro Pascal.
Because I could imagine Pedro Pascal stuck in space talking to a camera for 2.5 hours. I could imagine that.
I could too.
And people love him.
He would be a second choice.
Okay.
So still Ryan Gosling.
So we're at Ryan
Pedro
Gosling.
was right there.
So this one I thought of. I was watching a show. Have you ever watched Your Friends and Neighbors on Apple TV? It's a John Hamm show.
No,
So
I
they
like John Hamm.
So it's not John Hamm. I'm going to say Ryan Gosling or James Marsden.
He's too pretty.
I think Ryan Gosling's pretty too, though.
Ryan
James
Gosling.
Marsden's too
Gosling.
pretty.
Too pretty.
Ryan Gosling or Colin Farrell.
He's not too old.
He's a scientist.
He's
You can de-age them and then they fly for 11 years.
Ryan Gosling.
Okay. Then this one's going to be way too old. Ryan Gosling or Brad Pitt?
Brad Pitt. Can we do a podcast about F1? Because I've seen that 4 times.
We could,
too.
or we could just do like a Brad Pitt podcast one day.
Oh.
Because I love Fight Club
Oh.
and I
You
love
don't
Seven.
talk about Fight Club. 7.
Seven's good. So Ryan
Okay.
Gosling or Brad Pitt? Now Brad Pitt pulled off F1. We were talking about F1 for a second.
And he pulls off goofy characters.
And he plays everything. And can
And
Brad
he's
Pitt
so
talk to a
funny.
camera for 2.5 hours? Absolutely.
Okay, he just edged out Pedro. He's second place now.
But
Still Ryan Gosling.
so we're going Gosling over Brad Pitt. Okay. Ryan Gosling or Jeremy Allen White from The Bear?
Oh, Ryan Gosling. You made me
Okay.
think for a second.
Well, I'm going to make you think for another second. Ryan Gosling or Tom Cruise?
Ryan Gosling.
You sure?
You know I love me some
Okay.
Tom Cruise. Yeah.
Ryan Gosling or Benedict Cumberbatch?
He's too stodgy.
Okay.
Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling. And the last one, the wild card, Ryan Gosling or Jonathan Bailey?
Oh,
Jonathan Bailey is from Bridgerton, right?
and Wicked.
And everybody, including myself, loves him.
What's not to love?
I mean, he's beautiful
He is.
and he's a great actor. And I think he was like sexiest man of the year for People or something like a year ago.
Jonathan Bailey.
Jonathan Bailey.
He's under Brad Pitt, so it's still Ryan Gosling.
Okay, so we're just sticking with Ryan Gosling.
Yes.
But that helps us prove the point that we were talking about this whole time, right? Is that like Ryan Gosling is a leading man.
He absolutely is. I saw a whole article about how he's not only a great actor, he's a movie star.
He's a movie star. And you don't need
He's like this generation of Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is still doing great.
Big.
So is Brad Pitt.
Big.
But
Yeah.
Ryan Gosling is like the new movie star.
Oh, and I named I purposely named a bunch of actors that have been nominated for Best Actor or
You
have
did
been nominated
good.
for a supporting actor.
was a
like
good list.
And I also wanted to go through like different age range, like Taron Egerton and Timothy Chalamet are a little younger, and Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise are a little older. And I think the role could have been played kind of by anybody because with the time jump that they do,
Yeah.
and with the way makeup and everything else, CG and all that works, like you could have anybody play anything really.
could.
Like Pedro Pascal probably could have nailed this role.
Yeah.
I'm a little burnt out on him, to be honest with you.
No,
He's just
I'm not yet.
You're not yet. That's okay. That's why I put him on the list. It's not my list was for you to answer.
Thank you.
So that was good. So we did not one but two games on this
games,
episode,
yes.
and I feel like we could have done 3, but I just capped it at 2 because
It's fun.
twice
Thank
as
you.
fun. Yeah.
Ah.
So like before we wrap it up, thank you all for listening. The Unger Games pod at gmail.com. I'm working on the Unger Games pod Instagram page. It is not really built up yet. I'm sorry about that. But please leave any comments on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, etc. Again, my guest was Jen Davis, and we had a blast doing this. And is there anything else you wanted to say about the movie? It's okay if there's not. It's okay
I
if
would
there's not.
say if you haven't seen it yet, go see it in a theater because it's so incredible on the big screen. Just yes, it's 2 hours and 36 minutes, but you don't feel it.
You don't feel it.
You don't feel
Well, and
it.
as soon as Rocky gets into the movie's like
Oh,
flies by.
You just
Literally
he's
flies
so
by.
darling. He's so good.
Well, and that's something I'd like to talk about on each episode too. Is like the movie I think is still in theaters. You just saw it.
Yeah.
And I read recently that Amazon is not putting this on streaming for a while.
Wow. The producers, said that we don't want it to be streamable yet.
Which is good.
It's great.
Like we want, you and I and other people want theater business to
Go
be theater
theaters.
business. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Go-
don't want to lose that.
If there's one big message we could both preach to you from talking about this movie is go see this movie in a theater. Go see it now because it's still out in May when it came out in March. See it. It's
Yeah.
fun.
And see whatever you can in a theater too.
Anything, really.
Anything. It's all great.
I see, Jen, I had to do the math. I see about 40 movies a year in theaters.
That's awesome.
And you probably see
I
close
see
to
a
that
lot of
too.
because I have the movie pass.
I do
you
too,
can-
yeah.
You can see all kinds of stuff.
See stuff. It's fun.
Yeah. It's
and see it with
amazing.
your friends or see it by yourself.
Yeah, both.
See
Go
with your
by
fr-
yourself.
Or see it with your friends who you love.
Yeah.
And make it weird. Make it weird. See it with your friend Rocky and make it weird.
I love it.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Jen, for joining me.
Thank you.
This was a blast. And thank you all for listening. And this was another episode of The Hunger Games.